Hi, I'm Brian Poole, Technology Coordinator here at National Trail Local Schools, and this is the new staff technology orientation, intended to be a brief overview of everything that we have here at National Trail. I'll get a little deeper into some things, but most things I'm just going to give kind of a glossary overview of, so you have some idea of things here at National Trail. So first of all, we have an online presence. I'm going to go through all of these different sites that are available to you here in a little bit. But in general, all of them are .nationaltrail.us, and they're all intended to make sense to you. If you're looking for support, it's support.nationaltrail.us. If you're looking for the website, it's www.nationaltrail.us. You get the idea there of the way the websites work. So before we can get into anything, you need to understand how our usernames and passwords work here at National Trail. Our usernames and passwords, unless it's already taken by somebody else, is your first initial and your last name. So mine is bpool, and that works for PCs, websites, our LMS. That is my username. And in the case of our Google accounts, it's that at nationaltrail.us. So if you try to log on to Google, I would just put in bpool at nationaltrail.us and then obviously my password. The last one is our student information system called DASL. I have no control over those usernames and passwords. They are made when they are set up, and they do not always make sense. For instance, mine is NTHS_BP. And that's the way most of them work, is the school underscore your initials where you first started at. They are never changed as you change schools. So if you started in the elementary school, you will have an NTES account for the duration of your employment here. I also do not change or control that password, although you can do a password reset and those get emailed to your Google account. I should say along with that when I set up initial passwords, the initial password is always Blazer, B-L-A-Z-E-R with a capital B. And then your initials, mine would be BP, both capitalized, and an exclamation point. If you ever ask me to reset your account when your account is initially set up, that's what your password will be. And then you sometimes are prompted to change it immediately. Sometimes you just need to change it. And every year you'll be prompted to change your password as well. And I'll talk a little bit about passwords in a little bit. If you need tech-related help or our professional development, you can always call my room. It's extension 1235. If I'm teaching, I will generally still answer it unless the students are doing a presentation. You can also schedule me to come to your classroom to help you during any of your Brown Day plans. Brown Day is my technology day that I will set aside any of that time to come to you. I prefer to do it in teacher teams like the 7th grade team or the 8th grade team once to be taught how to do this, but it doesn't have to be a team if you're the only one that needs help on something in particular. We have a technology PD channel on YouTube. It's youtube.nationaltrail.us. There are over 500 videos there, and if you Google whatever your subject is, YouTube, and then the word NTLS Tech, which is the name of our channel, you will probably find a video already. If you email me a question, many times I will just answer it with a link to a YouTube. It may be brand new that I just did for you, or it may be one I've done for someone else in the staff in the past. We also do a yearly tech skills in service. And by the way, I do new PD videos on YouTube almost weekly. And if there's ever anything you want me to do, cover, if I don't have one that's current, I will make a new one during that weekly tech video that I do and make that the one for that week. So you can always request something if there's something that's not there, provided I have the skills to teach on that. I frequently also call in other teachers in the district to make videos on subjects that I'm not a subject matter expert on. As far as technology support, you can always tell me, you can grab me in the hall, but I will forget by the time I get back to my room. So you need to submit a help ticket. And you can do that in two ways. You can either email helpdesk@nationaltrail.us, or you can go to our website, which is helpdesk.nationaltrail.us, and put in a ticket. and I will get to it as soon as I can. However, if it's a teacher emergency, and by that I mean you can't teach, your projector bulb blew, your computer won't start, my lesson's on my computer. If it affects your ability to teach that day, I consider that a teacher emergency, and you have first priority on everything, including my class. So don't ever hesitate to call me and interrupt my class and say, my bulb just blew, I can't teach my lesson, could you come down and help me out? I will get someone to cover my class, and I will be down there. I have smaller classes, and you've got classes all day. Please don't hesitate to call me about what we consider a teacher emergency. Student devices are never an emergency. If a student has an issue with his laptop, he just takes it to the library. The librarian will issue him a spare, or her, and we will get that fixed. We do all the laptop repairs during my Orange 4-day class of Advanced Tech. And in question, go back to rule number 1. If you told me in the hallway and you didn't put in a ticket, I will probably have forgotten you. So please don't hesitate to put in a ticket. And when you do, you'll get updates on what's happening with that if I have to order a part or whatever. So that's tech support. Again, don't hesitate to call me if it's a teacher emergency. If not, you can just put in a work order, and that includes anything tech related that you want or need from me. The only thing I would say is don't email me or don't put in a question in tech support. It's not a two-way email system. Just email me if it's a straight question. This is what the help desk looks like. If you go to helpdesk.nationaltrail.us, it'll redirect you here. You just log in with your National Trail username and password, and then put in what you need for me or my student intern or my student help to work on. Frequently we use many things as student projects. So just went over all that. Ask if you want something in your classroom. Please don't ever think that's too expensive. He'll never get that for me. We can't do that or whatever. If we can't afford it, I'll say no. But don't say no to yourself. If you're like, I really need a digital camera that hooks to a microscope so I can show this to my students, or I need a different kind of microphone, whatever. You should ask if you want something, and I'll let you know if we can do it. And there's been times where we've bought very large things for a classroom, so please don't hesitate to ask. I didn't say this on the work order system. I consider it a 1-hour response for teachers, same-day response for staff problems, and 24 hours for student issues that we need to fix here at National Trail. Again, it's just me in the department, other than I usually have a college intern. In the summertime, sometimes 2. And then I also have tech students that I teach on Orange 4 right now that also work on projects to help maintain the district. As far as your classroom, there's probably already a computer there, but these are the options available to you. Option number 1 is a full-size PC. That is the most reliable, but it's also big. Option number 2 is a small form factor PC, which doesn't have to be underneath the monitor that you see here. They're reliable, but the DVD is never as good on a slim DVD player than it is on a full-sized. But if you're limited in space, I would highly recommend doing the small form factor option. You also have the option of not only having a laptop, which everyone gets if you ask for one, but you could make the laptop be a docking station. I only have 2 teachers in the entire district that go for that option, because if you take it home and you're sick, there's no computer in your room for your sub. But that's not a huge problem. We can always get one from the library as well. So those are your 3 options on your workstation that you have available in your room. We have lots of classroom tools here at National Trail that are available to you that should already all be in your room. The first thing is everyone has some kind of a digital whiteboard, whether it's a Mimeo board or a smart board. You may be used to one or the other. Most of us use the smart notebook as our teaching tool when we're doing things. However, it's up to you which one you want to use. If you've never used any of those before, or you're not sure how to use it effectively in the classroom, please have me come down and give you a lesson in your room, or you can come down and see me use mine in my room, or go to a nearby neighbor. Digital whiteboards are fantastic if you use them well. And I'm more than happy to help people that aren't used to using digital whiteboards get oriented with that. Everyone has a document camera. These are 3 different versions of document cameras that we have here at National Trail. You can use them for webcams, to record lessons, to put up worksheets, all kinds of things. Everyone has a document camera here at National Trail. Also, everyone should have a microphone. One of the things we started pushing 3 years ago here at Trail is to record our lessons for our students that are not here, so that they can get the same instructions. We also use it for intervention activities. We use it for kids that have learning disabilities that maybe don't have good reading skills, but they can rewatch your lesson. There's lots of good reasons to record your lessons. You should have a microphone. If you can't find yours, we have spares in the closet. Please don't hesitate to ask. I have lots of lessons on how to record lessons, lots of YouTube videos, a whole channel list on how to record lessons, and that's what those things are for. Here at National Trail, we have network drives. When a teacher logs on, they should see their T drive. Students see S drives for students under their computer on their PCs. These drives are backed up every night. They're archived every week. I have the last 4 weeks on archive. They're moved off site in the summer. It is very difficult for you to lose something if you keep it on your network drive. If you keep it on your local drive and that local drive fails, those things are gone. Completely up to you what you feel more comfortable saving your things, but if you've used a network drive before, using your T drive is no different than using your documents. Those are also all accessible from home by going to our mobile site called mobile.nationaltrail.us, and that's also true of students. So if students save things on their S drive, they can get to it from their home PC at home, or obviously their laptop if they take those home as well. So network drives are available to all teachers. When you log on, you'll see one of the drives. If you go to this PC, it says T drive, and that is your space to save things. No one can access that other than you. So it's safe, private, and backed up all the time. And like I said, if you go to the website, mobile.nationaltrail.us, you will see that exact same T drive showing up that you can, it works like a Google Drive. You can download those documents and save them on wherever you're working, and then re-upload them after you change them. So that's our network drive and our mobile drive. School website is where we keep our calendars, school information, and you will have a page on the site that you can put your bio and your background on, where you've taught, where you went to college, that kind of stuff for community to be able to see things about you. If you go to the school website and click on there, it just goes here to our school website. You would log in with the exact same credentials, your username and password, and then you would be able to edit those things. For instance, if I go to high school and teaching staff, all the high school teachers are there with links to their websites, and then that's the idea there, so people can look those things up on us. As far as our teacher presence, our learning management system, or LMS here at Trail, is called Moodle. It's an open source learning management system, the biggest in the world, and that's at moodle.nationaltrail.us. It is our online grading book for all classes. All grades are expected to be put in there. It is where we post all of our resources and can do a myriad of activities and assignment things online for our students. That's about as far as I want to go in Moodle. There's a whole section on Moodle and a whole set of instructional videos on Moodle. You will start as a level 1 teacher and only have so many things that you can do, and as you finish your Moodle training, more things will open up for you to be able to do on Moodle should you decide to do those additional things. As far as our email here, we use Gmail and the G Suite. All of our things are kept on there, and our student accounts are very similar to our teacher accounts. You can see there a student, if I was a student in the class of 26, would be 26B pool. So they all start with their graduation year. There are some students that have the same first initial and last name, so their middle initial is thrown in there as well. We also have mailing groups. If you wanted to email all the high school students, it's NTHS_students, just one class, like the class of 26 is 2026 at nationaltrail.us. You get the idea, and in the Gmail training, it kind of goes over those again. So that's one of the ways we can communicate with our parents and our students and other fellow staff members. If you go to log on, you just log on like you're going to Google, but you put in your full bpool at nationaltrail.us, whatever your username is at nationaltrail.us to log on. We use Google Docs a lot, and we also use YouTube a lot. All my videos for this are on YouTube, and many of our staff members have personal YouTube channels where they keep all their documents. That doesn't mean they're all open. Now, this PD channel is open to the world, but my classroom site is not. It's all unlisted. The only way to get there is from links on my YouTube site or my Moodle class, so that they're not open for anyone in the world to see, only my students. So we do use G Suite. Kind of already talked about this. Passwords initially are Blazer, first initial, last initial, exclamation point. You're going to need to change it. I recommend you using something that's easy for you to remember. It has to be 8 characters or more. It has to have an uppercase and a lowercase and a number. Or a special character. It actually needs 3 of those 4. I recommend using things like your mother's maiden name, your grandfather's middle name, things like that you can remember, but the students aren't going to be able to guess or find out about you in an easy Google on you. So they are forced to be changed once a year, just so you know. And if your email is your password is being forced to change here at Trail, you will not be able to log on any websites until you change your password on a computer, because they're all linked up, and if you can only change your password on an actual PC here at National Trail. DASL is our student information system. There's a link on everyone's desktop. At the elementary school, it's used for lunch counts. Everywhere it's used for attendance, and it's where the final grades go at the end of every quarter, at least for grades 5 through 12, to do the report cards from. And DASL is fairly easy to navigate as well. When you go to log on to the DASL link, the top thing will not be filled in. You have to do it from the drop down and choose dsl.swoca.net. By the way, swoca.net is our internet provider. And then you'd put in your username and your SWOCA password that goes along with this username. And it's also where we can get all the attendance information. I can scroll down on this page and, I was showing you how to change the password. You go to my account and then you can get change password. You can sync up all your passwords to be the same thing. I highly recommend it. And it's also where we can get the attendance at any time of the day as students sign in or sign out of the front window. The attendance is always current on the DASL homepage. I can go and look and see whether I have a student missing or if he signed out for the day as well. That is a basic overview, introduction to National Truck technology. There's some videos to follow on how to use some of these specific things. Probably one of the things that new teachers, or at least new to National Trail, is the amount of technology we do have here. And just realize that other teachers and I am here to help support you in your transition. Please don't be afraid to ask for help. Please don't be afraid to schedule me on a brown day to come in and help you as needed. Thanks, and welcome to National Trail.